10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Sorry, still tweeting, getting all that info out there that we're doing the coverage so people can find the stream. It's a one-man show. We do have 2 best-of-3s coming up later today for NA, so I'm gonna take it slow. I don't want to abuse the pipes too much.
Dire team pick.
Lich.
Just a moment here.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Shadow Demon.
Okay. So we're right back at it here. My apologies. So anyway, when I see the Bloodseeker, I think anti-Slark, but Vicious will just grab it. Great snowball hero. I think I was underestimating him a little. You know, Bloodseeker gets this reputation for kind of a Shadow Fiend-esque type hero. It doesn't really do a lot besides damage, but he is pretty sustainable. A number of different builds you can get away with. I do like that Maelstrom. I think you need some sort of a farm accelerator. Rubik Lich, great supporting cast. Bloodseeker already fast. The buff from Lich definitely bodes well. And now an Omni Knight. They're just going to buff up this Bloodseeker, and he is going to be unstoppable. I'm liking this draft out of Vicious. Have not seen much Shadow Demon. Actually don't know what to make of this hero right now. Let's take a look. I'm having trouble remembering what his changes were off the top of my head. Shadow Demon. Demonic Purge now goes through spell immunity as a result of the spell immunity chain. Okay, well, about as uninteresting as it can get. Old Shadow Demon. I guess a buff. I don't know. Egoboys need something that hits hard. They've got the Tiny, and that's good, but Tiny Bloodseeker is sort of a weird matchup. You know, Tiny's all about this catch, blow him up in the duration of his combo, and against the Omni Knight, I think that's going to be hard to do. They'll take the Monkey King now, and this is a good choice. Somebody that certainly trades favorably with the Bloodseeker. I know I'm talking a lot about this Bloodseeker, but I think the way this draft is set up for Vicious right now, they are ride or die with how he performs. Still cautiously optimistic, though. I think this Monkey is a great pick, and we can't underestimate the Night Stalker. Another really good hero right now. Definitely not surprised to see him getting some first pick love. South America. Still don't know what the right position for him is. I actually don't know how they're going to set this up. I've seen the position 1 Night Stalker. It's a little bit weird, but it's all about the timing. So you just rush the Aghanims and then go heavy team fight and start moving around, and then somebody else takes over the lane that still exists and farms it out. A little bit of a slow start, but when you pop off, you hit this like 15-minute timing, slightly later. Actually ban the Undying. I think most folks watching the stream probably thinking that I'm an Undying hater, and it's true. The hero's complete ass. But
10 seconds remaining.
I know he's popular in the region. They really like these skirmish heroes here in South America. The heavy team fighters, the guys that can do a lot early, punish you from the very beginning. Fairly even drafts right now, I feel like. I don't strongly favor one over the other. Maybe Egoboys slightly with that Monkey. These last picks will still really bring it into focus. TA banned out, Viper banned out. Both of them could have hit the tempo here. I still want to see some Dragon Knight. We've talked about him, haven't seen him at all in North America.
Dire team pick.
Wow, a Huskar ban. This Huskar with Omni is pretty scary. They don't really have a good Huskar solution. So they pick it right here, but without that luxury of 10th pick. All right. I kind of jokingly suggested Huskar the other day. I feel a little bit more justified now seeing it banned.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Last pick here, boys. Still unsure of these positions. I feel like this is going to be a support tiny for some. Not sure if South America is down on the core Night Stalker. Probably want a more traditional mid here. Like Dragon Knight.
Radiant team pick.
Crystal Maiden.
Okay, they go the opposite route. They take CM, so it is going to be a core tiny after all. Tiny mid, safe lane Monkey King, position 3 Night Stalker. Sounds pretty okay.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds
Last pick
remaining.
for Vicious. They the tower pushing themselves. Like Lena still looks okay. Burst for the Monkey King. I think Queen of Pain is actually a pretty decent pick. They are a little bit light on control. Puck's been banned out. That would have been a good choice. Is this a Storm game? Could be. Is this a Tinker game? Could be an okay Tinker game. A lot of options here for Vicious, and it kind of depends what their read is on the tempo, if they want to go late or if they want to kind of push early. I honestly think something like Pugna mid could also be pretty good here. I think he dumpsters most of these heroes. Maybe not tiny. Dumpster is a strong word. Okay, they take Timbersaw, another really good pick. 3 melee cores. Strength mixed in there. And a lot of physical right click. So they're going to need to survive the control and the burst damage from the Tiny and eventually the Night Stalker, but I'm fairly confident in this Timber. Think I like the Vicious draft a bit better. I think as long as they play it right, this Timber should be able to make enough space. They've got a really good supporting cast that they should be able to keep this Bloodseeker alive in fights if they force it, or if they want to do 4+1, they've got great supports to put pressure on. I think Rubik is really good right now. Certainly some decent steals here. CM last pick is just okay. I think it's a little bit scary. She's a scaling support. It's really strange how much the position 5 role has changed now. And we're seeing all this experimentation, like the position 5 Puck. It works because Puck is such a good hero at the early levels, and he trades so much better than a hero like Crystal Maiden. You know, CM, Coddle, Lion, Dazzle. I would call these scaling supports, and Dazzle's a little bit of a weird one to be on that list, but they get a lot of farm, they do a lot with farm, and once you get like level 18, sometimes even just level 15 on these heroes, feels like a game changer. CM is definitely like that. Level 1, and she is paper, still pretty much paper. You know, she really doesn't get much until like level 5-ish, and that's where that positioning is so important.
Prepare for battle.
You know, compared to a hero like Rubik, he's got a great instant disable. He's got nice burst damage. He trades really well because of the general mechanics of Fade Bolt. So we'll see. I think the Timber is really a smart choice here. I see why they banned the Undying and have a similar flavor to why the Timbersaw feels so good. He'll be gearing up to go mid. Now, you have to forgive me, folks. I've been casting exclusively North America. You know, I try to keep tabs on what's happening over in SA, but It's an art, not a science. I don't know the players and the positions that well. We can infer quite a bit here. Playing the flute. Safe lane Monkey King. And looks like Tiny mid with that position 3 Night Stalker.
The battle
He'll be heading back over. CM taking a lot of shots there. Still doesn't get the rune. Damn, that hurts. Slow. Boundless Strike skilled up. All right. I think Timber's pretty happy with that. There's going to be 3 runes for the Radiant. So, of course, we are on a delay here, folks. But we'll try to keep tabs on what's going on. I was out in New Zealand partially for holiday and also to attend Exile Con for Path of Exile. It was an awesome event. Game. Highly recommend it. Free to play, just like Dota. A cosmetic-based business model, also similar to Dota. Run by developers that actually play games, similar to Dota. Always wanted to go to New Zealand. Oh, that's unfortunate. So we've got a 2-1-2 here. Pretty steady lanes. Timbersaw should be okay against Tiny, though this start is pretty darn good. I guess these changes to the tree make this lane much better for Tiny. Used to be. Timber should be able to catch up. The real power of the Timber comes in the mid game. Once these team fights break out. Feel that whirling death in the team fights. Omni Knight Rubik. Pretty annoying lane. Degen Aura is something that the Monkey King has to be aware of. Surprising amount of bursts between these two heroes. They kind of feel like supports. Oh, Rubik Omni Knight. But lift into Purification, Fate Bolt, and then the Degen Aura to slow them down while they're chasing. It's pretty nasty. As we talked about, CM not a hero that can trade that well early on. She's doing a good job keeping the creeps back. But Ben Jazz is doing a great job here. 13-0 against this 6-1 Monkey King. There's our mid looking. Gap has been closed. Looks like Mango. Pretty quiet lanes. Not a lot of kill options. Shadow Poison comes out first on the Shadow Demon. Great for the early harassment. Stick already up on the Lich. Of course, Night Stalker doesn't really do much in first few minutes. Daytime. Even that first night is rough. I think a lot of the time you just use it to farm better. Here's that Lich combo we were talking about. Nothing surprising about it. Bloodseeker so good at chasing him down. With the added help from the Frost Shield, it's easy.
The twin shall not thirst for long.
Great first blood. Vicious Gaming. Interesting that they went with the 3-letter abbreviation. Couldn't go with VG, so they had to customize it. VCG. It's all right. Doesn't really roll off the tongue, but take it. Nice little mischief there. Hey, Monkey King. It's you, big dog. And now Timber has taken the lead mid. Just starting to overwhelm the Tiny a little bit. Can't just keep eating those whirling deaths. Can't really trade that well thanks to the reactive armor. Doesn't really need the Timber Chain, so not too surprising. Tiny will find a double damage to fill up the bottle, though. Okay, this is a scale tipper. Tiny already hit pretty hard.
Hey, you're almost as good as me.
A little worried for this Monkey King. And Ego have limited ways to switch things up. They know this Night Stalker needs farm, so they can't really afford to rotate the Shadow Demon up top. And even if they do, it's not really that scary. Like Shadow Demon, Crystal Maiden just don't instill fear in these first couple levels the same way a Rubik Omni does. CM's gonna walk up. There is a lift. He's gonna go for it. Uses the purification elsewhere. Pretty standard stuff from the Omni. The 202 grabs that second point in D-Gen over the Heavenly Grace. Bounties. Go on the Crystal Maiden. There's that burst I was talking about. Really not much the CM can do. See if runes go even here. Seems like they will. Thanks to Rubik. Monkey King can't really pursue. It's looking real rough for the Egoboys. Somewhat expected with this supporting cast, but the mid matchup also going so heavily in favor of the Timber. Let's take a look at net worth. Up by about 300, pretty significant. Remember, Tiny got that double damage rune, so it would have been even bigger. Does close it now to 200, but Timber's doing a great job.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Much vision down right now. Both teams very dark. No rune wards. Everybody pretty firmly planted in their lanes. Whoa, sorry about that. Some pretty disciplined Dota here. And of course, favoring the Radiant quite a bit. And for a go up top. Onto the Monkey King this time. Gonna be a close one. They forced the TP out of Tiny. He's picked up the invis. Not going to yield much. Maybe they can get a counter kill onto Omni Knight. Has a heal in a couple of seconds. TP out from Brute. He should be good. And they do get Benjaz after all. So a worthy rotation from the Tiny. And they did send the Shadow Demon mid to at least get something. Try to repel this push. He'll kill a couple of creeps. But there is a siege coming in. And he'll even have to TP out. 8 stacks of Shadow Poison. That'll hurt. Doesn't really stop this push, though. Gonna get a decent chip damage into the tower. Maybe even more than chip damage. Let's run in. Dire Wolf comes down. Drops himself a broad shield.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, this tower is almost dead, and Tiny's still not defending it. Smart call from the Timber just to tank it up with the reactive to keep this siege creep alive. Now it's finally going to go down. Tower just out of deny range. Maybe intentional from Dark Mago. Hey. Look at this net worth is scary for the Monkey King. Huge gap between him and the Bloodseeker. See this fight break out up top. A proper 3-on-3, big avalanche, but they've got the sustain, and now Timbersaw's here. Monkey King in trouble. Nice mischief, but Tree will try to chase him down. Finish off the Tiny. Primal Spring. Monkey King might be good here. Perhaps they can cut down the trees. Timbersaw, very good station. And almost catches him. It's a close one, but the Monkey King's just a bit too elusive. Instead, they're going to have to up off for the big lions here. Panda. That's confusing. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, Teemo dropped a Rupture, found himself a solo kill on this Night Stalker. So now this Bloodseeker is snowballing out of control. Vicious are looking so good in the first 10 minutes of this game. 5-1, almost a 4K net worth lead. Experience pretty comparable. We'll see if they can fully outpost. That's when the real start begins. You get these tier 1s. If you can prevent the other team from getting a single outpost, back. Teemo here. I like this build. I was talking to Sheep about this yesterday. What is the ideal item trajectory for a Bloodseeker right now? And I don't know that there's a cookie cutter answer to that. I think the Radiant build is honestly still really good if you can get away with it. It's hard in this meta because, especially in the NA games, it's felt very much around lane dominance, early momentum. because the outposts have introduced this sort of win more mechanic. You can control the middle of the map. And I think putting up your gold just to go for Radiance like this is a little scary. He did go Drum first, so this is safer and still does allow him to join the team fights.
Radiant
if he can get away with
structures
this,
are
it'll pay big dividends. But there's a lot of gold to be farmed. And a little worried if Vicious don't keep up this kind of aggression. They're going to lose their Lich here with this Night Cycle. I like that the Night Stalker is trying to get involved.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
It's a step in the right direction, but that was a 4-hero
Dire's
gank
middle tower
on
is
just
under
the
attack.
Lich. So, while nice to get a kill,
Come in handy.
probably not much of an economic boon. Now, they will go even on the bounties, which is great for Ego. And they will go even on outposts, 1 for 1. Well, it doesn't get them any further ahead, but big prevention of allowing Vicious to just snag more. I keep wanting to say Vich. It's actually tough.
Radiant's
VG has been
bottom tower
heavily
is under
branded in
attack.
Dota, my friends.
Dire's
It's gonna take me a
top
while to wrap my
tower is
brain
under
around that
attack.
one. Remind you, this is elimination, lower bracket.
Radiant's
Game
bottom
1, but
tower
loser of this
is under
series is
attack.
going home. Winner still has a whole nother series
Dire's
waiting
top tower is
ahead.
under attack.
Challenger of Beast Coast. Monkey King looking at an Echo Saber into
Dire's top
BKB.
tower has fallen.
All right.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Battle Fury is such a weird item
bottom
right now.
tower has
I
fallen.
really have conflicting feelings of placing Battle Fury. We've seen a couple games where carries get away with it. It works really well. It does give you a lot of regen and damage. So if you're playing one of these bursty like PA types, you can go Glass Cannon and just jump on
Dire's
folks once a
top
fight is
tower
broken
is
out
under
and play
attack.
cleanup. And in certain scenarios, it's a great farming tool. But you see, even the Bloodseeker, he spent a lot of time farming. He still felt obligated to get the drums.
Radiant's tower is under attack.
Because the opponents know, right? If you're trying to pull up that gold, they'll be even more aggressive on you. Lich doing a really good job trying to delay the inevitable. Might set up a kill on the Monkey King. They are going to go for the Tiny who TP's out. And now they're going to find MK on the other side. Dark Mog when they do. Nice ult from Panda. Bad fight for Vicious. They're going to get cleaned up here. Omni Knight makes it to the shrine. Not even going to pop it. That'll keep him alive. Rubik takes a love tap to 1 for 3. Ego showing a sign of life here. The double damage on Tiny definitely making that a little bit easier. Still smart to fight around the power rune though. Oh, that makes a big dent in the gold lead. 1,600.
Regeneration!
Night Stalker going naked Aghanims right. Okay, he's got a couple of rings, but brown boots into Ags, it's that good. AoE Void. 0.5 seconds stun. Point of a lot. Doesn't sound like much, but in the world of Dota, half a second's an eternity. See Teemo use another ult. Good work from the CM, continuing to back up, benefiting from these tranquil boots. Perfectly played. Very good. Had some support from the team there. And look at this from Teemo. After that failed team fight goes, okay, Radiance is probably a bit too greedy. I'm going for the Maelstrom. This is my current favorite Bloodseeker build. Phase Boots, Drum, and Maelstrom. Gives you everything you need. Some extra movement speed, some extra stats. The Maelstrom gives you great farming and fighting ability. AoE to just finish off creeps. Gives you a lot of protection. If the game slows down, you can still keep up and farm. Not quite as fast as like a Sven or Medusa or Drow or somebody like that, but it's still pretty good. And of course, if the game devolves into fighting, well, you got still got something there. This is a pipe of insight. for old Romney Knight here. Man, that's an old news. Fuck. We got a new political cycle. Romney Knight doesn't work anymore. Curse you mittens.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I like the Ego are slowing this down a little bit. They are giving space for Vicious to farm, but they really need this Ags on the Night Stalker. It'll make their team fight so much better.
Tower is under attack.
Rune's coming up. Both sides gonna hold their outpost. Good positioning. See the Dire invading enemy territory right before the runes come out, kind of ensuring that they can't snipe this outpost, or at least not do it safely. So important to maintain an outpost. There will probably be another even rune spread.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And of course, Vicious doing the same thing, invading jungle right before the runes, positioning themselves so that it's difficult to contest that outpost. I think teams are realizing how important they are. Especially at this delicate time in the game where you've got supports that are often close to these breakpoints. You know, 10 minutes, sometimes that level 6 is key, 15 minutes. Level 10 can be right around the corner, and for some supports, that level 10 is huge. Experienced talents are better than ever. And those new level 30 additions, the full talent tree, another great change in this patch. There's the creep wave. Looks like a fight could be brewing. Wrap around from Ego. Vicious jumping forward. Their backline's going to get caught. The Lich silenced up. Not going to be able to use his ulti. CM, meanwhile, gets off a nice freezing field. Not looking good for Benjaz. I think the Egoboys are going to take this fight. Vicious biting off more than they could chew. A nice steal from the Rubik, and maybe this could be the beginning of the turn. Bloodseeker ready to play clean up a lot of low HP heroes. Let's go, Speed Racer. Let's see what you got. Nice stun from the Monkey King. Sets it up for the Tiny, and they found the kill. But it's a rampage for Dark Mago. All 5 down. And Vicious were able to sustain through. It looked like such a bad team fight for them. And really, it was. I mean,
is under attack.
Whew. A 4 for 5. But obviously, big benefits here for this Timbersaw. That's basically a Kaya now for him. Definitely see why this Bloodseeker needs BKB. He's got it queued up right away, headed in the exact right place. Did some good damage that fight, but really needed the magic immunity. Monkey King, now the Echo Saber. Tough fight for him. It was a nice jump from the Egoboys. Type of insight. Okay, along with the dragon scale. Oh, Timbersaw down bottom. They'll find him there. Good kick. Another double damage on this Tiny. Man, has he been lucky. Not only has he been lucky, but they've been fighting around it very well. Lich just working on bracers. Turned into a much more even mid game than I thought. You know, 10 minutes, it looked like Vicious would just run away with it. And they found some good openings here inside of Ego. The Lich. Echo Saber on Tiny. So very much going for this burst potential. They're going double Echo Saber. They're going to get some BKBs also. Of course, Blink Dagger now up. I like the idea for Ego. It's a little bit all in, but the strategy is use this Night Stalker to get in the back line and disrupt things. Drop AoE voids all over the place so they can't get away. And then use that burst potential of the Tiny and the Monkey King to pick somebody off at the start of the fight. They want to make it a 4v5 as quickly as possible. And then after that, the whole thing gets a lot easier. The issue is this Timbersaw. Because even if they execute perfectly, if this strategy goes according to plan, Timbersaw is still just a hard counter to most of their cores. Omni Knight getting pretty deep. Dark Mago on the back line trying to kill the support. This is a 2v4 right now, so it's a tall order for Vicious. We'll at least trade 1 for 1. And not only is Dark Mago good against these strength cores, they also don't have great lockdown to stop him from doing exactly what he is right now. Just running away, creating that chaos. Mid lane, they're going to make the jump onto Teemo, and they've almost got it. Chain Frost from the Lich, not going to get the bounces he was hoping for. Oh, Timber Chain off the mark. Chakram also off the mark. Need this damage. Now Mago may be in trouble, as is the Rubik. BLG going down. That's 3 dead now for Vicious.
Blessings.
Recap here, and another big gain for the Egoboys.
This will come in handy.
Once again, the outposts go even. So neither team really pulling away. I don't know, it works out for the Egoboys because Vicious started that fight in kind of the worst position possible. Unite got caught, the Timbersaw jumped in to try to help him. Then he got isolated by the Night Stalker boy on the other side of the map. Bloodseeker. It was just a botched initiation, and I think once Teemo gets this BKB, I'm still pretty confident that Vicious will have an opening.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I think if
attack.
this Bloodseeker can survive, and they're not like Timbersaw for the damage, this whole thing gets a lot easier. He can create the chaos, and the Bloodseeker can play the damage dealer.
Are fortified.
Haven't really felt the effect of Shadow Deep this game. Aether Lens now. And maybe this is some of my personal bias here, but the Lich is much more poor, but the threat of Chain Frost still scares me. I mean, Shadow Demon, it is good against Omni. I get it. The Demonic Purge, it's good. Gets rid of GA. Does not get rid of Heavenly Grace. Or does it? It's a strong dispel. I think it does get rid of it. No, it's a basic dispel. Does not get rid of Heavenly Grace. Big fight here, though. Dark Mago. There's the MK ult. Still drops my Frank. Some things never change. They are going to get the Timbersaw. It's a big kill to start this one off. Forward onto the Rubik. He could be in trouble, and Benji has a bit left behind. Heavenly Grace. Still has the GA, but probably doesn't want to waste it. Rubik actually surviving pretty well, but Tiny now. They'll grab him. Other side. Back to the Jazz. Use the Shrine for this. Disruption. But I don't think this Shrine's going to matter. It feels like a bit of a waste. You held the GA, but then you used the Shrine. Big fight for the Egoboys. They are finding this timing before this BKB comes out. Great time to pressure. Another 1,500 swing. Look at that graph, and it is all Ego all day. Big time momentum. Now Tiny going a bit more right-click focus. Sanj and Nasha there. And what's Timber got? Okay, still working on the Bloodstone. That's going to be another big one.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ooh, there is a BKB on the Monkey King now. Good to keep this even with the Bloodseeker. He's about 500 net worth behind, so that gap that I was so worried about is completely closed. And as this continues, I don't know, neither team really has crazy pressure to close this out. They scale somewhat even. Probably better for the Egoboys in like late game, but not some 30-minute timer where you know your carry's going to hit this wall. Bloodseeker Timber still have a ways to go. Bloodseeker's one of these pop-off heroes. You know, he can have a mediocre game like this. It just takes one good fight in the mid-game where he plays cleanup. Your heroes are just a little too low HP. Battle over the outpost in the top. Monkey King with the ulti. Big TP reaction. Teemo trying to make it out, but not going to happen. Caught by the Tiny. Dark Mago in. Vicious still acting like they want to fight this. The Timber's getting rocked right now. Trying to heal up, but he's going to go down. Now Omni Knight silenced into oblivion. I think the Omni Knight needed Guardian Greaves. Rubik now going to get trapped. Shane Frost bouncing. Nice ult from Panda. It's a disaster for Vicious. They're going to get full wiped here. It's a 5-0. Ego completely disrupting this game. The Omni Knight hasn't been able to do anything in these team fights. Yeah, Pipe's good.
Top tower is under attack.
But if you had Guardian Greaves right now, dude, you could actually dispel the silence, heal your teammates. It enables you to get off your heals, and you can keep your teammates alive. Like, he's got Force Staff. That's cool. How about a Yules? How about a Lotus? We need something to deal with the silence. See Crippling Fear here? He horrifies his enemies, and he causes them to be silenced while near him. It lasts longer during night. It's really fucking good. Now, I know it's easier said than done, right? You got to get the phase boots to some degree to help out your lane. And, you know, I mean, Force Staff, Pipe are good items, but I really think Guardian Greaves with that dispel for the silence would be huge. And still, I can't believe how well the Egoboys are hitting this window where the Bloodseeker just feels useless. And they've killed him multiple times too. Just forever slowing down this BKB that feels like it's just not coming. Get a resume here. I'd really like to see Tiny go Halberd. Fuck the S and Y, man.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I mean, I get it. Attack speed's good on Tiny. You got the Echo Saber. Just full beef.
Tower is under attack.
You are already borderline unkillable, and you can be actually unkillable, and then also further cripple this Bloodseeker. I'm certainly biased for the Halberd. I just think it's an overtuned item right now. You know, is it situationally the best item? You know, disarm versus Bloodseeker. But all the other stats are loaded up. Bounty's gonna come out, and this is where the real starve begins. This is it. These for the Dire. Both outposts for the Dire. Boom. Boom. A 15k experience lead right now. Woo, look at that graph. Damn. This is a support Omni right now. Straight up. Straight up rough for Vicious. This lack of experience is going to start to stack up. CM getting close to that level 3 ulti. She's already gotten some great ultimates off. This damage makes a big difference, especially against this Timber. Very susceptible to the magic. Monkey King close to the level 20 talents. Also a bit scary.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We'll see if Egoboys can continue starvation. I think at this point, you need to rely on some Formula Dota. Some textbook playing. You want to invade enemy territory. I want to see Egoboys stay on the Radiant side of the map. I want to see them put pressure on. I want to see them take vision control of enemy territory and then defend their wards. Make it hard for Vicious to leave their safe zone, which is something like this right here. I want to kind of sit on the periphery of that, sit on this high ground and wait for somebody to come up and deward. Get those picks, finish off the tower, grab yourselves a Roche, fight around maintaining your outposts and bounties. Do that for another 10 minutes, and this is an easy closer. So let's see if the Egoboys can do it.
Purified.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Can't
attack.
dispel Night Stalker silence. Oh no! Is that true? Oh, cannot be dispelled? Holy shit. Goddamn delay. Well, fuck, dude. Night Stalker's even better than I thought now.
Dire's bottom
I thought the
tower is under
Void,
attack.
or the Void Aghanims was insane. God, that sounds like I'm talking about Faithless Void. Down bottom, Shadow Demon gonna get caught. This could be a good start to the fight. TP is coming in a bit staggered. Oh, Night Stalker takes the rupture to bring down the Rubik real quick. Buyback on Rubik and the Shadow Demon. Both teams committing a lot. A. All right. Kind of saves him from the Monkey King. Now the MK ult comes out. Monkey King going back into the fray. Night Stalker on the edge. They're going to find Dark Mago. It's a very spread out fight. But they catch the Night Stalker first, or pardon me, the Timbersaw first. Now the run. Oh boy. Dead Lich. Looking rough for Benjaz. It's a stolen ult on the Rubik. See how much that hurts. A lot of buybacks used here. Vicious need to clean these kills, and they'll find both supports. It's a dieback on the Shadow Demon. End of the day, it looks like this fight will be pretty close to a break-even in terms of finances. Well, this isn't going to factor all the buybacks, but about an 8K net worth lead still stands. However, they are going to get a couple towers out of this. Damn, dude, I'm still baffled at how busted Night Stalker is.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
30 seconds of guaranteed night. Damn. Damn. Night Stalker's first pick material, boys and girls.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, they get the catch on the way out. Double damage Night Stalker. Certainly going to clean up the Omni Knight. They're actually going to try to help him get out. This is a bit of a risky proposition. Just now, yep, there's the Monkey King. He's got a gap closer, all right. They may be successful in saving the Omni Knight, but now a dieback on the Lich, and looking rough for the Timbersaw. Also going to be a dieback on him. See you later, bud.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh. Well, it looked great for the Radiant for a minute there, but they stuck around way too long. And they got punished hard for that one. Need to get these outposts. Plenty of time, though, before 20 minutes. Greater Fairy Fire. That's a feel-good item. 500's a lot. I feel like we haven't seen that very often on all the tier 3 items. Maybe it's just because they disappear from the inventory.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Seeing an extreme lack of big Fairy Fires. So they know this is a dieback on the Timber. They force the Glyph. I'd be pretty tempted to go for Roche here. You got Monkey King and Tiny. I think you've got the damage to kill it. Of course, bounty runes coming out. You'll want to snag those also. And they do go right into the pit. So it's a good call from Ego.
Now they will suffer.
Roche going down uncontested. Still 2 runes standing bottom, but they've got the outpost, so should be pretty okay. Teemo walks up the high ground. There's the power of the Shadow Demon. Great start to this fight. They force an early BKB. GA comes out also. This is the window for Vicious, and they're not really making much out of it. They're not finding any kills. In fact, they've lost their Lich and scatter back to the high ground. GA and the BKB debut. I'm sorry, that's the 9-second. Still, it's a long one. That is absolutely brutal. Like Egoboys are going to play it safe and just push back these creeps. They do need to head bottom and get these runes, though. Worth prioritizing. 30 minutes, it's a lot of gold. More importantly, you don't want the enemy to just sneak. Get the rune, Panda. Dismar is going to go for it. So that was the whose BKB was that? Crystal Maiden, Night Stalker, and Monkey King. They're telling you, CM is one of these 6 scaling supports. BKB, level 19, almost level 20. Probably gets the freezing field damage, which she hurts.
Run dry.
And there's that catch we were talking about. She got a BKB, but good luck reacting to that kind of a catch. 2 Echo Sabers. Tiny combo. We've got a nice lead here, 15k. Where you pull out the textbook, another double damage rune for Tiny. Okay, that's good. Now you just keep this territory. Do need to deward up here. It's a good attempt to try to get some vision back. That's the kind of stuff you want to bait out. You know they're going to come for that precious vision. And it's another dieback. Oh, no, he's actually got the cooldown. It's just a gold issue for this Bloodseeker. Good plays from Dark Mago. Gets to the other side of the map, pushes in this creep wave. A little easier to do with Timber since you're so mobile. But he's still got the right idea. Pull their attention and also farm that untapped part of the map. Ooh, nice banish. He'll deploy a Monkey King ult, follow up from the double damage Tiny, and although it was a nice idea, it does not work out. They completely catch him. Very hard to do again. Look at this vision, man. Just Night Stalker thing. Dark Ascension. Hell of a spell. God, hero comes so far. And now he's just going to scout out the Bloodseeker like, hey, man. Hoping to force a BKB here, perhaps. And now Bloodseeker's sad he didn't use it. Got a bit greedy. And Tiny comes in for the cleanup. It's 2 heroes down without buyback. And Ego are going to have easy time of it as they look towards high ground. Oh, yeah, Sheep is not here. You're right. Take this overload down. It's just Zyori. She's coming later for NA. She'll be here. This was a surprise cast to get somebody in the lobby. So, bottom tier 3 down. No glyph. The 30 seconds. Do some pretty crippling damage in that amount of time. They've still got 38 seconds on the Bloodseeker. I like this call to just head straight mid. A little hair kit there, it looks like. It always throws me off. Looks exactly like Treant heal. So Vicious with some heroes back a lot. I think they'll take the melee and just back up. Ego. Hitting them where it hurts. Not so worried about the ranged barracks.
Radiant's
How we working on Roche? Still a long time. Oh wow, Shrine Dota. Now what do we got going here? Mr. Night Stalker. Okay, it's the Nullifier. Item we don't get to see too often. Like it a lot here though. Bit what Night Stalker likes to do. He's definitely not upset with some extra damage. Jeez, he hits hard. Vampire Fangs also really, really good on the Night Stalker. Holy shit. I almost feel bad for that Lich. He's gonna pop Nighttime now, get the godlike vision, and toss goes in. Silence. BKB from the Timber Saw. The Radiant are just getting cleaned up. This wasn't even a team fight. I mean, they didn't do any damage. GG. I think it's an appropriate call. This game was over. That was an insanely rough team fight. Bloodseeker did damage there at the end, but whew. Night Stalker plus the catch of Monkey King Tiny. The Shadow Demon Sometimes I just talk to the camera about my feelings together.
Radiant team.
It's a lot of fun. It's nice to be casting some of these qualifiers. This is a prime time to be casting. It's a real privilege. Shout out to Dreamleague for making all this possible. Earth Spirit Puck, a great opener for the Egoboys. Both teams playing very safe heroes. A lot on the line. And as best as we've got this new meta figured out, all of these heroes are pretty solid. Earth Spirit, a little bit less popular. In NA, it's really only teams that have an Earth Spirit player that's super confident in the way he rotates. Still a lot of skill shots. I think Earth Spirit is still probably in the grand scheme of things not overtuned, but he's such a high skill cap hero. If you can make the rotations, find the catches, damn, he's good. And probably does intimidate some of these mid picks that are a little more squishy, a little less mobile, like Zeus, for example. Not someone that wants to play up against an Earth Spirit. I haven't been watching SA, so I don't know if they've been playing Puck in the 5. I know there's a delay here, and maybe I'll try to time it right when we catch up. But in NA, we have seen Puck in a variety of roles, position 3 and position 5, really the two main ones. Both good. I think the 5 is particularly strong because you scale so well. Another one of these scaling supports who's also just good early. But the way 5s work now, if you get ahead, you're getting those outposts, you're getting those bounties. That's just a lot of farm going to your team in general. And if you win some team fights, your 5s can get pretty beefy. You're getting real items. You know, CM had a BKB at the end of that game. It's a real item. She was playing almost like a core. I think Puck, very similar to that. Now just going for like a Veil Blink Ags. I think that's a very reasonable set of items. You can definitely build those up over the course of a game.
5 seconds.
Now, Alchemist for Vicious. We got to talk about this. Bold. I guess Alk is popular here, so likely to be banned out in the second phase. Timber and Ursa, two good choices to take out of the pool by Vicious. Alk is good. He farms fast. He is predictable, though. I think that's the one thing about Alchemist is you kind of know what he wants to do. You kind of guarantee he's going to run into the jungle. And we have seen teams in North America very successfully invade the enemy territory, jump on the Alchemist, drop those wards down, and just kill him over and over before that Radiance comes out.
Dire team pick.
Now, I bring this up because it's South America, and I've seen this disproportionately in this region. I wonder if there's a chance this is a fighting Alchemist. If I had a co-caster, I'd pitch it to him right now. But I'm talking like Armlet, Blink, maybe S and Y, you know, AC, just straight fighting items. And you go hard. You know, your goal well in the lane, you farm the jungle for efficiency, so you get that fast Armlet, you get the Blink Dagger as quickly as you can, and you start punching. Maybe you get an early BKB so you can win a couple of those mid-game team fights. If you get the kills, that style of Alchemist can actually be pretty good. It's super rare, though. On this new patch, maybe it's worth experimenting with, but he'll probably just go the Radiance. Do it classic. Now they grab the Lich, so making me think this is a position 3 Puck. And I'm sorry for comparing everything to North America. I don't mean it. I don't mean to do that. It's not a slight against South America. It's simply by virtue of I've only cast North American games for the most part since the patch has come out and watched a handful of EU games. So it's the only data point that I've got. A lot of Dota out there, gang. I can't do it all. I still got to raid with my World of Warcraft guild. There's only so many hours in the day. So, Lich, Earth Spirit, two pretty good supports to go with this Puck to disrupt the Alchemist. There's some kill power there. Again, Lich he's like Grimstroke. He's one of these supports that just enables people. You give him the Frost thing. I always forget the name of it. Is it Frost Shield? I think it's Frost Shield. The thing that does the pulses and slows everyone down in a giant AoE around whoever he buffs. It's stupidly good on heroes like Earth Spirit. He rolls in, gets in their face. It's a little bit like the Darkseer effect on heroes like Spirit Breaker or Tusk, right? It just gives you that extra bit of damage so that you can actually kill people. Normally, Tusk can't just solo support, but with some extra DPS buffed on top of him, it gets a little bit easier.
Slark.
Now Slark for the Egoboys. Okay, are they going to grab Bloodseeker here? I think Egoboys are making a call. They're saying they've already picked these heroes that make Bloodseeker almost impossible to pick. Really go Alchemist, Night Stalker, Bloodseeker. I think that's just not enough control. Enchantress now. So she's been changed around a fair bit. Now her previous ultimate, Impetus, I know this one from memory, is now her Q.
5 seconds
And I think her ultimate is now untouchable. Remembering that right, I'm going to double check myself. Hold myself accountable. I'm going to be my own Jamie today. Yep. And it does not go through spell immunity anymore. Untouchable is an ultimate, and now starts at 100, then 140, 180 as you level it up. And Untouchable does pierce spell immunity. Interesting. And of course, now she has a Scepter. Sproink moves you backwards 400 units and disjoints projectile. 3-second cooldown, 50 mana cost. Okay. Well then. I think I like the Egoboys lineup a lot better. I don't know. I have not seen much Enchantress. I mean, I like Night Stalker. He proved himself in the last game. I like Alchemist, but I think Egoboys can play fast, and I think they can pressure. I think they've picked the right supporting cast. I don't know where this Enchantress is going. Is it a 3 or is it a 5? Is it a 4? It's got to be a 3, right?
Radiant team pick Dire
Safe
team.
lane Night Stalker.
Disruptor.
Okay, so they take the Disruptor. So it's definitely a core. I do like Disruptor. Great against Puck, Earth Spirit, Slark. Good control against these really heavy mobile heroes. Or mobility heroes, I should say. That is one thing Ego has in spades. I think that's why I'm favoring their draft a little bit. You know, Vicious sort of have this like run at you type lineup. And Egoboys don't have heroes you can easily run at. Puck and Earth Spirit are just going to get away. Slark is pretty survivable. They don't have this kind of burst damage like we saw last game for that catch. And there's no Tiny. No Monkey King. I guess what I'm trying to say is how do Vicious kill people? You do get a good vision game here between Disruptor and Night Stalker. And that combo is really good. You know, Disruptor likes heroes like that. You know, Bounty Hunter, for example. So there's definitely some synergy in this Vicious draft. Egoboys Lena. Whoa, Bristleback. Very interesting. So let's digest this for a second. But again, with the Lich, I think this enables Bristleback so much. And as a 10th pick, he is one of those trump card-esque heroes. Where's the counter? You got no break. Someone's going to have to get a Silver Edge here. Could be Tusk if he gets farmed. That's a tall order. Night Stalker could get it. Doesn't really want to. Alchemist, yeah, could get it. Again, doesn't really want to. I like Egoboys quite a bit. I think this Bristleback's going to be very hard to deal with. And these strength heroes are all pretty low armor. Right? Look at Vicious's lineup. None of these heroes scale well in terms of armor. They're going to have to buy extra armor to the damage of the Bristleback and Slark. And even that's not going to be enough because there is still a lot of magic damage on Egoboys. Puck, Lich, Earth Spirit, great mid-game team fight. I think the Puck is the hero that really holds this whole thing together for me. Man, am I crazy? Is that a core Puck? It's a mid Puck. I look like a real dummy here, but I think Panda and Dismar are both supports. Look up the rolls real quick. Go. Egoboys. Alone is the mid. Okay, it's a mid Puck. I love it. I love it. These SA boys, man, they crazy in a good way. I haven't seen much 2-Puck in NA, but I hope they make a good case for it here. I think the hero is exceptionally strong, scales really well. Dream Coil is a proper ultimate now. The Aghanims is so good. And of course, Puck scales very well with experience. His 20, his level 30 is disgusting. Bristle's an easy hero to underestimate. He can really pop off, and the way he's changed, how he used to be this brick wall hero, as I like to call, that are really like Undying. He's a brick wall hero. He's really good early on, but he falls off in a way that is like disproportionate to most heroes, and it feels like he almost becomes useless at a certain point. And I think Bristleback used to be that way, and he can be when he's hard countered against like a Viper or something. I wouldn't second pick this hero. But in a situation like this, Warpath is so good. You move so fast. You can buy these skirmishy items like S and Y. Maybe go phase drum if you really want to. A lot of options with the Bristle. I think Halberd is sick on Bristleback right now. Also sick this game. Status resistance. I want to see this man with a Halberd. I know S and Y is like a tried and true classic of Bristleback, and he does like movement speed. But dare I say, with phase boots and Warpath, this Bristle will have plenty of movement speed, and he could do it. Now, will he do it? Question entirely. Tuskar, normally a hero I like quite a bit. I'm just worried about the damage output overall.
The battle begins.
What?
But we'll see. Alchemist, one of those heroes, right?
Oh, that's not it.
Mepho, Brood, Arc Warden-esque, he can just take over a game in 15 minutes. If Ego can't find the invasions, can't get the wards down, this Alchemist very well could just pop off and be super fat and hard to do. Gotta be careful. Throat's a little bit rough today, actually. I haven't done a proper casting grind like this in a while. I need to go easy. Had 2 best of 3s coming after this. Oh. So 3 heroes from Vicious up top. Looking for a first blood before they break this lane down. They did make the call to rotate. They saw that little lane swap. So now Mago will go top, and they'll put the Ench mid. Want this matchup against the Slark. She can definitely pressure him well in a 1v1. See a 5-0 to the 1-0. However, as a big wave come in, we'll see if Slark can snag some of these under the tower. These are big last hits here, Slark. You gotta snub these. Missed it. Doing a full lane swap here. They're gonna let the Bristleback come in and grab these range creeps. That'll be great for him. Rough on the Slark, who's now gonna walk bottom. And they'll try to lane him against Emo. Pretty committed to this tri-lane up top for now. I think pretty kill hungry and just very focused on securing this farm for the Alk. I think Ego not really worried about the Puck getting pressured here. Certainly been some musical lanes. And right now, I'm not sure who's got the advantage. I think it is going in favor of Vicious. A lot of that, assuming they'll be able to find a kill. And Puck actually almost able to kill the Tusk. Forces out a salve. Puck just gonna have to tango up and has some more regen flying out. But yeah, I don't know. That's the thing about Puck. Whether he's a support or a core in the side lanes like this, he trades so well. And that's against a Tusk who ordinarily you would say trades pretty well. Of course, relying on tag team there, but still, this Thunderstrike is gonna hurt old Puck. That's so mid, Bristleback should fare much better against the Enchantress. He can at least last hit with bristles or quills. Those proper terminology here. 2 points in the impetus. Full lanes indeed. Spirit Slark against Night Stalker. This should be great just to have a 2v1 against the Night Stalker. Old Slarky Malarkey. Still struggling, but he's got a wave coming in. Let's watch him get some last hits here. Let's see this moment of glory. Mine. Jungle. He does here. Gets the deny. Big plays. Not going to go for the Satyr. Instead, hops back. Wants the wave. Really the smart call. Fight going on up top, though. We can't be watching this. Panda alone in trouble. Panda's going to die. So finally, they get a first blood out of this. They do have to dive deep. And given that it's 2v3, I think they trade pretty well. But it does finally pay off for Vicious. No surprise, Lich will be headed back to lane. So things leveling out for the Slark. I think this will get progressively harder for the Night Stalker. Gonna keep tabs on mid. Still a nice lead for Ben Jazz. And I think Ent should still scale pretty well with items. Now the bottom, we'll see Night Stalker control. Great rotation, unexpected from the Slark. That's not a rotation at all. That's just a lane. Unexpected kill from the Slark. Up top, they're gonna get Disruptor. And they're gonna get a follow-up on the Tusk. Man, what the hell happened up here? I wish I saw the setup. I'm gonna step up my game. What in the world? It's a 2-on-3. These two just wiped him. We got 2 kills for none. I'm telling you, this Lich Puck thing. They just do so. Level 3, they do a stupid amount of damage. The fact that Puck can jump around. Tusk is just not that elusive. His cooldowns are 24 seconds. He's one and done. Puck is 12 and 16. And one of Disruptor spells is a 60-second cooldown. Mark definitely happy just to have space. Not too worried about giving some opportunity cost over the Night Stalker. Always happy to hear Slark getting last hits this early on. Now that... Oh, they killed the Night Stalker again. Sorry about that. Nice nice setup, though. This lane very much in favor of the Dire now. Looks like Bristleback was forced to walk back mid. Still holding his own for the most part against the Enchant. So definitely an ego-favored laning phase so far. How much damage they do to the Tusk, and the Puck didn't even follow up with the Frost Armor, Frost Shield. It used to be Frost Armor. Now it's the shield. Alk with a big acid spray here. These denies go a long way if they can find it. It is only a level 3 Alk. Look at this damage! You just jaunt in, he can't do anything. Bounties come out, Bristle makes a move, and now Disruptor's gonna get chased down. 1 stack of goo is all they need. This is a slaughter. 6-1 at 5 minutes. And with those rotations, bounties are going to go 3-1 in favor of Ego. They're going to pause and think about what went wrong here. Puck is just insane. Hits for 81. He's got 2 null tallies to be fair, but... I think Tusk is starting to feel a little bit like Undying. This is the phase where he's supposed to be insane in these 3v3 scenarios. He's not even going to get a counter kill on the Puck here. In fact, they might turn on him. Puck does not have a stick. I think if he did, maybe a chance they can make a play. Now bottom, fight here. Chasing down the Disruptor. Slark jumps into the tree line. He should be pretty safe there. Mar on the run, he's going to be in big trouble. You get a counter kill down here in the bottom lane as Slark makes it out. Not yet level 6, so forced to use that shrine.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Of course, 3-1 on the bounties is a big deal against the Alchemist. Instead of going even, it ends up sort of being even. With an Alchemist, you want to be ahead. They are just ever so slightly. Perhaps wasn't updated. But speak of the devil, Margot. Stay alive here, but a good rotation from Ben Jazz. Top lane. Puck giving it to the Tusk now. 2-level advantage. Tusk kind of regretting this Orb of Venom right now. Jaunt from the puck. He's going to have a silence here. Fairy Fire might still be able to live. It's going to be a close one. Ben Jazz didn't get the vision. This a bit faster than the puck. Drops the tree for vision. What a play from alone. Another orb. Not going to be there. Wow.
Gotcha.
That was an intense chase. Well-deserved kill for Ben Jazz. Close call.
Fear quiets magic.
Myself a Night Stalker here. It's level 6, but no Dark Ascension yet. Finally gets his level 6 and the phase boots. One of the better taunts there from Dismar. Rolls away. Very little out of this Tusk. Keep harping on feeling G. The fucking King G, man. Christ.
Interesting.
You're playing the DPC, dude. What is this? What are you doing, man? That's not cool. Although I guess that makes me a hypocrite. Well, I'm allowed to say it and I'm not allowed to display it. I mean, yeah, sorta.
Dire's top tower.
I'd argue it's probably not the look you want to go for, but hey, you know what?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I guess you could go Marshawn Lynch style.
Days.
I got no comment. I'm just paid to be here. I'm just here so I can get fine.
Is under attack.
It's all good. Still pretty even though. 8-4 against the Alchemist. This is definitely a victory for Ego in the first 10 minutes. Alchemist from pulling away.
Top tower is under attack.
He is still high on net worth, and Ench is doing very well, so all gravy for Ego. But all things considered, not looking like that bad of an out game. Chemo going in pretty deep here, comes back for more. BLNG finds a courier.
Is under attack.
Behold!
Alone with the jaunt. Snowball falls a bit short.
No!
Still gonna get brought down though. Where's this bristleback?
Radiant's middle tower.
He's got
is
phase
under
boots
attack.
right now. Finally gonna pressure this mid tower a bit more to maybe finish it off. I think we're getting close to that point where the Dire will want to make a move. Certainly around these bounties and the initial round of outposts. As we've talked about, you want to deny that experience. Back in pretty deep. This doesn't look good. Silence. This is nighttime for another 10 seconds, and he's dead. Puts out a lot of damage, but had no team support. Let's see if he makes the space for 3 bounties. I think that death might actually be worth it. Weird as that is to say. They are going to get both outposts. Definitely worth it. The bristle bait. That was a value death, dude. That's a tip right there. That is value town deluxe.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ben Jazz going for a pipe first item. Okay. I can see why. Like we said in the draft, there is enough magic damage that it's a threat. But there's a lot of physical too. So it makes me, I guess, an untouchable helps you there. But stuff like this, you're relying on your wand. Jaunt there. Oh, you've been enchanted. I love the
Radiant's
namesakes.
bottom tower is under attack.
Doom has used Doom. Ah! For it, his is ultimate. Enchantress has cast Enchant. Sense? Top. Alki.
Radiant's
Almost getting
bottom
soloed by
tower
this
is under
Earth
attack.
Spirit. Does dodge it. Man, Dismar hit that. It would have been a little sketchy. I don't think he would have found the kill either way, but he's asserting some dominance, and now it will be reflected back on him. Another kill for Teemo. Nice reaction. Well, a space for the Alchemist.
Dire's structures are fortified.
All right, this is the time. 2,000 gold relic. You got look at making space for him. This is great 4+1 play. Oh, this is the foreplay to a great mid game. Puck drops the coil, snaps the leash. Don't know about that, but that's fine. They'll lose their tusk. They're holding it together. Now Slark in big trouble. He's going to get brought down. Ego. Oh, no. This is when you need to be on the aggressive, shutting down the Alkin. You've been beaten. It's Vicious that have gone on the aggressive here. The preamble to a farmed Alchemist. Counter kill on the Night Stalker, maybe. Puck, not going to have the damage to finish him off, and now he's going to pay with his life. Another for Benjaz. I'm talking about the Alchemist, but dude, this Enchantress will scale. I think the Ags is still pretty good. She's a big damage dealer for him right now, at least. Net worth lead is starting to grow. Now, Alki, got to be a little careful. They're starting to move back. And that time farmed over 1,000 gold. Now getting pretty close to the relic. Moves. Good moves. Yes. So, reminder, going to cast EG versus NIP. About 20 minutes. Signing off here, and then we're going to be switching over to the Dreamleague stream.
Dyer's middle tower.
Cast an NA, me and Sheepstick. So we're covering this in the meantime. If the game doesn't end by then, apologies, but overlapping schedules and whatnot. We're going to see the Lich get brought down. If there is a game 3, I definitely will not be covering it. So sorry about that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Find a Slark. Good time to pick up a kill. That Disruptor. A lot of value out of this guy. So good against the Slark. You put the pig in the pen. In this analogy, Slark is the pig.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Triple
Radiant
null
structures
tally
are
pop. God, this is so dirty. Such
Dyer's
value
bottom
items
tower
right now.
is under attack.
God, I love the build up to Veil. So good. It's part of what makes this item. That you get so much value out of the build up. The crown.
Being denied. Dyer's top
The
tower
ring.
is under attack.
30 seconds. Play from the Dyer to grab an outpost.
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
No. So he's going to go for the Ags. Things quieting down a little bit. Of course, favors Alki. Uncontested Radiance. Vicious gaming, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you do it. All right, you sit there in your pubs, flaming your Alchemist. You got to make space for the Alchemist, man. All right, he doesn't make space for himself, at least not until he gets the Radiance. And there it is. 15 minutes. It's all right. Vampire Fangs. This is sick. Probably can go to the Night Stalker again, but yep, there it is. Incredible on the Night Stalker. Undisputed champ. That's the Floyd Mayweather of hero and tier 2 new feasible items. Initiation mid. Don't know if they'll find much here though. Maybe just looking for a tower. It's a big coil from the puck, so that does kind of lock it in place. Pretty good disengage for the Dyer, but not going to save their tier 1 tower. Nighttime. Teemo still hanging on to the ultimate. Not afraid to pressure here. There's the glimpse. This is what you do. You intimidate him, pull him back. Out comes the Chain Frost. It's bouncing. Bristle looking for more damage. Benjaz healing up now with the Wisps. And they actually kill this Enchantress. This hero looks pretty good. Dark Ascension now. Night Stalker ready to go in. Tusk now taking some damage, but a lot of return on the Earth Spirit. They'll go 1 for 1 there. Maybe the Bristle could die. Benjaz sustaining, but the Quills are going to start stacking up big time. They still don't have any breaks. Alchemist at full HP. They're going to in this fight. The Radiance Burn starts to overwhelm them, and now things look rough for the Egoboys. Take a look at the recap. 2 for 3, but you got to remember who died here.
Dire's
Just the
middle
support.
tower is under attack.
The big boon for all these cores, huge for the Alchemist. He just keeps on farming, finds himself an Essence Ring, and he just wants Blink Manta. Mago is going to play this one steady. He's pulling ahead. I'm scared. And of all the games, like, we haven't seen Slarks go for Shadow Blade nearly as often anymore. I think Diffusal first is a great build. And especially against the Alchemist, you want some items that give you utility, but you hit a little faster. You're stacking up those essence shifts. That's the value of Slark against this really beefy Alchemist and this pretty beefy Night Stalker. But I do think you want a Shadow Blade here. I think you're going to need the break against the Alchemist. I don't know. I think you need a sneaky tool as well. You're just going to get run at. I guess the gem with Night Stalker maybe deters you from wanting to go for the Shadow Blade. We're going to see the Puck in trouble down here. I don't know. I'm getting a little worried. He's gone for the drum. Great value item. But you need like a high risk, high reward item. You know, like right now you're just trading even farm with an Alchemist, which means you're getting way out farmed by an Alchemist. He's got this farming tool. He's already got a Blink Dagger Yasha. Meanwhile, you're over here playing the bongos in the jungle. Like, well, I mean, okay, he's going to get BKB. I like this. This is better than the Diffusal. I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Oh, he's got the Diffusal. Oh, okay. So he goes into the Diffusal and then picks up the BKB. Well, we'll see. It's just not a farming thing.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Similar to the Shadow Blade, you buy this Diffusal to fight, but I don't think in this game it really lets him fight that much more. And Vicious know it. I mean, look at the 4+1 they're doing right now. They know this is the critical time for Alk to accelerate. He's just running laps around the jungle, and they are clearing tier 1s uncontested. And now Ego are starting to make a move over towards this Alchemist. This is near a shrine. It's not up, however, they TP in, and he's got the Blink Dagger. Dude, he just jukes their entire gank attempt. This is 4 members of Egoboys. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. And now on the bottom, they're going to find the Puck. They've got the silence, plenty of follow-up. Now they're going to TP in one at a time. Vici start to back out. But no, I said Vici. Vicious back out. And now they're going to go back in. Panda just eating the impetus. He's going to fall. This was not the way to defend this tier 2 tower. And now it'll be more than a disaster. Alchemist doesn't die. He's still pushing out mid. This team is going to get tier 2 bottom, and you've just fed 2 more kills. From bad to worse, ladies and gentlemen, I would be stunned if this doesn't go to game 3. These are the critical moments where this Alk is just going to take over. It is going to go even in terms of outposts, but even going even on bounty runes, big advantage for Vicious.
That's for me.
And they have just taken over this game.
I'll take that.
Got about 10 minutes till the departure, folks. A Dota starting soon. Might not be over by then, but it also could be. This is Manta now on Alchemist. He's getting a bit overwhelming. Do they have a Spirit Vessel? That would be big. They do. 1 charge. Okay. That is something to kill the Alchemist with. That's actually a huge item. Love what this Earth Spirit did rushing it. Clark very much all in on fighting items right now. BKB is not bad, but all about the team fight. The bonus of Alchemist is that you can itemize both ways. Your fighting items are also farming items.
Tower is under attack.
Assault Kuros up next. Dire looking in disarray right now. Kind of wandering around their side of the map. Like, man, what do we do? We farmed out this side of the jungle.
Invisibility.
We know they're in our jungle. They just took our tier 2. We didn't even want to come near it.
Radiant's bottom tower
Fail
is
on the
under
puck.
attack.
Look out.
Going for the blink. Smart read to go for the Roche here. They're just going to let you take that tier 2. You know they aren't going to stop you doing Roche. That's a free Aegis.
To the Radiant.
So now I gotta kill Mago twice. I hope this BKB is worth it, bud. You just can't give the Alchemist this much space. Even if you're saying, hey, our Sark's getting farm, it's a fallacy to think it's gonna be
Radiant's
even
bottom tower
close.
is under attack.
It's 2x right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It fell apart a little bit too quick for the Egoboys. I was really hoping there'd be a bigger impact for this Bristle, but who knows? Maybe the high ground defense is where they'll be able to make that stand. Another tier 2 mid, uncontested. Now TP's in. Okay, TP's out. Cool. Gonna take a moment here to recollect. Seems they've got their sights set on that bottom tier 2. Tusk with a blink now makes him more of a threat also. Even if he just jumps in the back line, distracts the Lich or the puck. Try to panic ult.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Regeneration.
attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Egoboys at least looking for a trade.
Here I am.
Pressure that tier 2. They're gonna have to come back and defend here. I think Vicious are going high ground, and there is no glyph for 20. So Alk ult, this tower is gonna melt. Stuck on the Bristle, he'll be okay. Where are the TPs home? Lich is not coming. It's on cooldown. Uh-oh. Glyph up in 3 seconds. Might be there just in time. Nope. Tower's gonna fall. Still Aegis on out. They got what they came for. Ego caught. Not ready for this pressure. There's that blink dagger reinitiation onto the Bristle. Emo to the front. The magic damage to follow up. They're gonna lose the disruptor. Bristle's still alive. Not for long though. They'll finish him off. Nightstalker will be caught by the Slark. Starting to stack up the essence shifts, but Benjaz, a little machine gun of impetus, starting to run low on mana. As Slark does find the Aegis, he's gonna have to be careful now. Just superior resources on the Radiant. With that Aegis, they have to go through this Alchemist again, and I just don't know if they can. Illusion's running down the Lich, buyback from and the Bristle. Now they got to get out. You got a 5v3 on your hands. You cannot take this. Now pull him out of the base. Could still maybe find some pickoffs, but Alk going down quick. He's big, but not that big. Well, they will get punished and lose too, but ultimately well worth it. With that recap, does actually end up being a gold gain for the Dire still. 900 for the Slark. That's pretty huge. It's a big sign of life, though. Losing the tier 3 does open up shrines. Also 2 buybacks used, so potentially makes things a little scary. A while on Roche, but could come up before those buyback timers. So, potential implications. Still on puck would be nice. Silence is still so good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Glimpse back, but the leash, they know they can't break it. Pressing forward now, Lich. He's going to be in trouble. Nice kinetic kill. Comes the roll. Okay to join this party. Whistle back here as well. Going to try to chase him down. Glimpse helping out the retreat. Now this Earth Spirit's isolated. Mago's back. And they dismember Dismar. KB still available on the Slark. Timo needs to be a little careful, doing a good job on the tree line. Good force staff. This is the BKB though. TP on Slark still on cooldown. Not going to overlap with the BKB. They can still kill him here. Does have the ultimate though, so maybe there's the TP. Any kind of ground target? No, they don't.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Oh, good escape from the Slark. Makes a little space. So, folks, we are about 5 minutes away from switching back to North America. We are going to have to let that delay catch up on the mainstream, but about 5 more minutes of gameplay. And then old Zayori is going to have to leave this one. Breaks me heart. See so many new friends. Whoa, going in deep. Lich with a glimmer. There's the glyph. Bold. Chain Frost, clean things up. Ben Jazz jumps in. And they'll jump out. They get away with that. Oh, Spark now in the back line. BKB. Couple seconds left. Another mediocre BKB usage. I think Vicious might be okay to reinitiate soon. Alk, low on mana. Let's have that Soul Ring. Ulti in 15. So maybe worth waiting for. Slark is going to go back for that Shadow Blade now, realizing he needs it.
Dire's bottom
All right, they get repelled again. This is still Vicious's game. It has stalled out a little bit in terms of the lead growing. But Alk still well ahead. Hasn't even thought about pulling Aghanims yet. Gets himself a Paladin sword. Paladin. Turns out that item's pretty sick on Alchemist. Jesus. He's using Soul Ring for now, but amping the regen on Alk is definitely not bad. Slarky with Shadow Blade.
Generation.
It's Outpost time. Radiant capture it just in the nick of time.
Sustain. A gift from the temple.
One each. And bounties. Gonna go 3 for Vicious. Very nice for the Alchemist. That scoots that lead back up another 2,000. What a stupid mechanic. Yeah, we got 3 bounty runes, so, you know.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Well, we were smart enough to pick Alchemist. Pure skill. But a solid Alchemist this game, it's for sure. He's gone to Cleave. So now he's a real farm machine.
Dire's top shrine is under attack. Dire's top shrine
Craggy
has fallen.
coat. Killing shrines now. That tier 3 dead. Top shrine down. Some detection here. Did they pick up the gem yet? No. I think Radiant should buy a gem. Alki does have that BKB finally.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They hand the Paladin sword over to the Night Stalker, surprisingly enough. Helmet of the Undying. Probably give that to the Disruptor, I'd think. So even if he gets picked, can still drop his combo. Gonna do that. Nice. I'll end here, folks. I'm gonna have to peace out in like
Radiant's bottom tower
1
is under
minute.
attack.
Oop. Sorry, getting this lobby password set up so I can do it fast. I want to stay as long as possible for y'all here. And I do need to refill my bev. I still didn't eat today because I was going to eat instead of cast these games. I'm putting it all on the line for you today, folks. I'm putting it all out there. I did it for you. Oh, we get an Ags. All right, who's this Ags going to? Oh, it's the Raptor. Utes item increases duration. So they're going to go for another Roche here. Get up to Jet in like 1 minute. I don't want him to wait for me in the lobby. And I do need to set up some of the overlays. So I could have prepared, but distracted by this Oda. Pretty positive that Vicious are going to win this. I'd put my house on it. Well, maybe not the house. I'd put the car on it. You get a junker. Can't really get a new house. They're going to close this out. Easy peasy. Slark, if he wins this, he's going to take this Slark popping off something fierce. Ooh, a mind breaker.
Oh, that's bright and breezy.
All right. I think it's time. I think we got to do it. All right, folks. It's been a privilege. We are, I got to disconnect here. We're going to leave.
Radiant's top tower is under
that's
attack.
lovely. Bright and breezy.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
I'll take that.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
I am
Dire's
done
bottom barracks are under
contemplating
attack.
imponderables.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
Like winter, I return. Let's get back to it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What? Quilled in the line of duty. Invisibility.
Flesh sustains, gold remains.
Got it.
Dominating.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hold.
Illusion.
Don't run off.
Beast bomb.
A prize.
Met you once, cut you twice.
Look out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Nature tell us.
Peace. It's a cage. What just think? Fish out of water.
tower has fallen.
You've been sorted.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Get around this problem. Bright and breezy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Bright and breezy.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Don't run off.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Where are you going?
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
That can't be good.
Dearly departed.
Bit numb.
Regeneration.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
A prize.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
I'll take that.
Stay near. Silence.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is fallen. Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Gotcha! Come out! You think you caught me?